Great pleasure for me to be able to welcome you back to the Department for Foreign Affairs Day. I especially want to thank AFSA and DECOR for their continuing and generous support for this event. AFSA President Susan Johnson and DECOR President Ambassador Edward M. Roll are here with us today. Please join me in thanking them and their staffs for all of their support. We think we have an excellent program for you today. We hope you will enjoy the day with us. Let me run through it just a little bit so that you'll have an understanding of what we're going to be doing. After the presentation of the DECOR Foreign Service Cup, Undersecretary of State for Management Patrick Kennedy is going to take some time to describe how the Department is using its resources to meet the many challenges around the globe that we face as the United States of America. He will be followed by Director of the Office of Policy Planning, Anne-Marie Slaughter, who is going to talk about some of the headline foreign policy issues that you've been reading about recently. Following Director Slaughter, we are very, very fortunate to have Secretary Clinton, who will deliver the keynote address. She's then going to be going to the C Street lobby to preside over the AFSA plaque ceremony. We would like to ask all of you to remain here during the plaque ceremony, because space around the plaque is very, very limited. We're going to be we'll pull down the big screen, and we will be showing the ceremony live on the screen here in the auditorium. After the plaque ceremony, there's a short break, and then we want to invite you to attend the regional, consular, and public diplomacy seminars. Before I move on to the introductions, I'd like to share just for a moment a few details about our special retiree badging process today. If you do not have one of the new retiree ID badges, you can apply for one today in room 1406. These new badges are actually 2 years old, so don't worry about it if you have one of those. The ability to obtain a retiree visitor pass for Main State and Columbia Plaza without a second form of ID is one of the benefits of these new badges. They also provide limited, unescorted access to this building and to Columbia Plaza. As with the old badges, you will have unescorted access to Main State's first floor and Foggy Bottom, as well as the third floor library during normal business hours, Monday through Friday, except for holidays. And you will also have unescorted access to Columbia Plaza's retirement offices, medical suites, and service areas. You can also sign in a spouse and other dependents. So there are real benefits to the new badge. If you don't have one, it's 1406. They will work with you today to make the application. We ask that you have 2 government-issued IDs, and your old State Department ID retiree badge will work for one of them. Because of the processing time, they're going to take and scan your documents today, your IDs, take your fingerprints and your photo, and then they will mail the retiree badge to you by June 7th. It will not be issued to you today. So please, if you have time today, go to room 1406 and take care of the paperwork. It's now time to begin our activities today. We have a full schedule this morning, so I'd like to invite at this time Ambassador Ed Roll, who will present the DECOR President's Cup.
Thank you, Nancy. Good morning, everyone. Perfect.
They're warming up.
Some years ago, in 1996, DECOR, an organization of foreign affairs professionals, established and awarded the first Foreign Service Cup to recognize a retired Foreign Service officer whose life before and after retirement epitomizes the best of what makes the Foreign Service and our service to the United States great. In brief, it goes to an officer who has been retired more than 5 years, had a distinguished Foreign Service career, has made significant post-retirement contributions in what we call foreign affairs, and has not previously received the cup. No repeaters. This year's recipient, the Honorable Edward W. Gneem, Jr., surpasses all the criteria in spades. His 35-year career from 1969 to 2004, which he completed as a career minister, included assignments as Deputy Assistant Secretary of State, Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense, Ambassador to Kuwait, Ambassador to Australia, Ambassador to the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Deputy United States Representative to the United Nations, and, Nancy, Director General of the Foreign Service. His honors received for government service include the Presidential Distinguished Service Award, the Secretary of State's Distinguished Service Award, 2 Presidential Meritorious Awards, various meritorious and other superior honor awards, 2 Defense Medals for Distinguished Service, one of them for being with the lead combat units that went into Kuwait in Desert Storm to relieve our embassy there. Ambassador Ghanem's work since retirement from the Foreign Service is equally impressive. He returned to George Washington University, where he had earned his bachelor's and master's degrees, and where he previously had served for 7 years as a member of the Board of Trustees. In retirement, he joined the Elliott School of International Affairs, first as a visiting professor, and then as a chaired professor of Gulf and Arabian Affairs. A past dean of the Elliott School praised Skip Ghanem, for the way he inspires students and faculty alike. And he inspires them with his knowledge, analytical ability, energy, warmth, genuine concern for students. He is an exceptional human being. His other contributions outside academia include Executive Vice Chairman of the U.S.-Kuwaiti Alliance, Vice Chair of American Near East Refugee Aid, member of the National U.S. Arab Chamber of Commerce, Middle East Institute, Washington Institute of Foreign Affairs. Skip, would you please come up here so I can stop talking and give? It is a real privilege for me to hand you the Foreign Service Cup 2010.
Thank you, Ed. I try to ask everyone who introduces me not to go through much more than who I am by name. I thank you, Ed, very, very much. I accept this award with great humility. In fact, as I look out on you today, there are many of you and then many people like us all across this country who contribute a lot in our retirement time after the Foreign Service in support of our foreign affairs programs and our foreign affairs agencies. So the tribute really should go to a large number of people. You know, the last couple of 3 years have been really unprecedented in a number of different organizations coming together in a coalition. I think of the American Academy of Diplomacy, I think of DACOR, I think of the American Foreign Service Association, a coalition in an effort to support the foreign